Thank you so much, sir, for this impromptu speech of yours. And now I would like to welcome Shri Shyam Jagannathan. Ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor to present Shri Shyam Jagannathan, an esteemed bureaucrat and the Director General of Shipping under the Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways, Government of India. With a distinguished career spanning over 2 decades in the Indian administrative service, Shri Jagannathan's expertise has been instrumental in shaping key sectors of governance. He brings a wealth of experience, having held significant roles including Zonal Development, Commissioner at SEEPS, Mumbai, Commissioner and Secretary in Assam's Finance Department and various leadership positions in Kerala and Meghalaya. His multifaceted tenure encompasses pivotal domains such as public finances, export promotion, prospective planning, and public policy analysis. Shri Jagannathan's comprehensive understanding spans various sectors, including animal husbandry, veterinary rural development, and judicial processes, reflecting his diverse exposure across Assam, Kerala, and Meghalaya. Currently steering the Director General of Shipping, Shri Jagannathan spearheads technological innovations aimed at streamlining and modernizing the maritime sector. His efforts towards computerizing end-to-end workflow and implementing examination reforms align with international standards, particularly the International Convention on Standard of Training, Certification and Watchkeeping for Seafarers, which is called an SCCW. His presence here today underscores his commitment to revolutionizing the maritime industry through progressive reforms and leveraging technology for enhanced efficiency and compliance. Please join me in welcoming Sir, a visionary leader in the realm of shipping and waterways. Can we have a round of applause, please?
Good evening and thank you so much for the good words and encouragement. At the very outset, I feel very privileged to be here in such an august gathering. There are seniors who have set the trends in the maritime sector in India. And a few speakers before me have highlighted what a rich maritime tradition we have. I am taking this opportunity to use a small window of opportunity to share with you briefly what the Director General of Shipping, as has been directed under the Ambedkar Vision 2047, under the leadership of the Honorable Prime Minister and our Honorable Minister for Shipping, Ports and Waterways, in leveraging technology to ensure that our nation truly reaches its potential of a world leader. I need to acknowledge the efforts of the Naval Connection, specifically Captain Shaukat Mukherjee, for creating and maintaining this platform, which provides an opportunity where technology, seafaring, and maritime frontiers amalgamate to discuss, deliberate, and innovate for the future. I extend my respects and felicitations to Dr. H. Baba, founder and chairman of the Carnival Group, who is being honored with the Global Shipping Icon Award. I extend my respects and felicitations to Mr. Shankar Raghavan, keynote speaker, CEO Marriott, Professor Mangesh Karachi, eminent educationist, Executive President and Vice Chancellor, MIT ADT University, Pune, Captain Sankalp Shuklaji, Chairman FOSMA, Captain Mahendra Basinji, NDMSC Crane Services, Mr. Karan Kocha, MD Mergs, Captain Naleen Pasiji, former chairman, FOSMA. I also commend the members of the jury, headed by Captain Rajesh Nandanji, Sri Sabyasachi Hazraji, former CMD, Shipping Corporation of India, Captain Shiv Albe and Captain Sudhir Subadaji, former director in SAR. Kindly permit me to speak punctuated with a small presentation, while for purposes of record, the formal text of an address is being shared with Captain Shokar, as was rightly mentioned by Captain Pasi. It is always better to have a record of what one is other. This is the global goal that we all are heading towards, be it basically the maritime sector, the social sector, for the entire global good of mankind. These 17 Sustainable Development Goals are an urgent call for action by all countries developing in the global partnership. The aim is to end poverty, other deprivations, improve health and education, reduce inequality, spur economic growth. And now that the global destination has been envisioned, it is for all of us collectively to move towards this, to collaborate and cooperate, bring in equity, inclusion and sustainability as these ingredients that will be bound together by the tether of innovation. I'm just showing a slide from the IMO. It's a slide on a variety of design, operational and economic solutions for energy efficiency on ship. It's a graphic. There are much more avenues available. But what I am fundamentally attempting to underline is that it will take a mix of technical, operational and innovative solutions. And this will apply not just to ships, it will apply to even offshore management, to the entire sector in terms of multimodal logistics, as Hazraji had mentioned. This again is a slide I had showcased in GMIS. It shows the top 10 trends in the maritime industry related to technology, artificial intelligence, clean energy, maritime robotics, energy efficiency integration, maritime IoT, blockchain, big data analytics, immersive reality, 5G, cybersecurity. Eminent speaker, Captain Karan, when he spoke, mentioned data analytics and how Marx is leveraging it in terms of the billions of data points being analyzed and then being utilized as a platform to more efficiently manage ships. We come to the next slide, please. Hazraji had mentioned that he commences every address with a tribute to the seafarer. I'm new to the sector, just 5 months, but I think it's an immense privilege to shoulder the onerous responsibilities of the Office of the Director General Shipping. And what we are attempting there is specifically keeping the human element, the seafarers, at the heart of it. So we're looking at standardizing amenities at the ports when you basically have the seafarer being received at the ports. We're putting in a grievance redressal portal. I'll talk a little bit about the crisis management group that we have in the Director General of Shipping. 2 major initiatives we launched in the Global Maritime India Summit, Sagar Mein Yog and Sagar Mein Samman, Honor at Seas, reiterating seafarers' rights and execution actions on shore leave. We are working with all the ports, all the major ports in India, and I would request help and assistance from all quarters to ensure amenities which address seafarers' welfare, seafarers' health, not just of the seafarer, but also the immediate family and dependents. And believe me, with the present landlord model, most port authorities are resource rich. So it is up to influencers, maritime leaders to ensure port authorities provision for this kind of an infrastructure that addresses seafarers' welfare. We are willing to pitch in. There is a Seafarers Welfare Fund, which has been, at least to my understanding, working suboptimally. And we intend to leverage those funds to augment whatever little we can in sharing the capital investment with the ports to ensure good quality infrastructure for the seafarers. Next slide. This is something to do with well-being. I have been talking about the 10 components of well-being for a seafarer. Most of you, I see Captain Legus are there. They have incorporated the well-being module in their Maritime Educational Institute curriculum. Every seafarer should address a fine balance between the very challenging professional aspects. So we are intending to incorporate Sagar as an integral part. Why I'm mentioning the human element before the technology part, please bear with me, I'll take another maybe 10 odd minutes and run through this. This is something we need to institutionalize. I need all of your help and support on this. Next. This is something which we hold very dear. Gender equity and more women seafarers joining the maritime sector would ensure what ladies do for every sector. Make it more balanced, make it more effective. But this initiative of Sagar Mein Samman is essentially about honor at seas. Whenever a lady seafarer is boarding a vessel, she is assured of zero tolerance to any form of harassment, any form of something that undermines an equitable and equal platform to perform along with her male colleague professionally. This is something we initiate. And now I'll go faster in the presentation because I don't want to take too much of your time, and a lot of it is perhaps technology, as some of you may not claim to say that, as Captain Basil said, that the ground floor of technology, but it's never there. Technology is always in cheap. And if technology is applicable and it is good, believe me, you can leverage it. And that is the real essence of technology. So I'll run through now. For all seafarers, the Director General of Shipping is wanting to build a grievance redressal model. If you look at the website which we have on the Global Technology Stack, if you look at the small red arrow, we have registered 5 lakh or close to 6 lakh seafarers and a multiple 37 total modules of services we render as a regulator in the Maritime Administration in India. And it's a very old technology stack on Oracle 10 with the old Java version, which we need to upgrade. And we want to put in a new grievance redressal module. Next please. I have not discussed the technical architecture, but we have already finalized the, could you please go back to the previous slide. The technical architecture for the grievance redressal is finalized. We hope to make it fully operational in 6 months. The idea here is the seafarer anywhere globally can either reach us by WhatsApp, an email, a phone call, because this is backed by a helpline, and we will ensure visible, transparent, web-based kind of a reporting on each and every individual grievance. It could be wage related, it could be related to the contract conditions, it could be related to health, it could be related to any issue in terms of, say, indoors, the PSID, the CDC, anything on terms of ship onboarding, issues with the ship management, we basically intend to follow this up with the Directorate General of Shipping. Next please. I wanted to talk about this crisis management group that we have made operational since August this year. These 23 seafarers, all Indians, are from a vessel Advantage Suite. This vessel was a loaded tanker. It was taken into custody, seized by the Iranian authorities, and it was held at Bandar Abbas for more than 5 months. Unfortunately, if you see one of the crew in that extended 140-day period, they were not allowed to go ashore, were not able to contact their families. One of them jumped overboard and took the extreme step. But with prolonged and repeated efforts, we were able to get all the 23 back home safe and sound. And this is one of the results of the crisis management group. Next please. Similarly, there were these 3 seafarers who were stuck in Nias in Indonesia after their ship ran aground. And this refers to the criminalization of seafarers. Again, it was a persistent effort from the Director General with the efforts of the Ministry of External Affairs. All 3 were brought back hale and hearty. Now, I'll run through what 2 major reforms we are contemplating in the Directorate General of Shipping. The first is e-Samudra, whatever the old stack platform which you see as the electronic interface with the Office of the DG Shipping is going to be completely reformed, although the gestation period will be up to December of next year because it is an intricate architecture and will take some time. Next please. The objectives are transitioning to a paperless system, completely transparent with your tracking of your specific processes so that you don't need to wait for your issues such as certifications, issues such as the documentation related to a seafarer or to a vessel, all would be tracked real time and would have basically a time log. Next please. These basically are the end-to-end automation for the process flow. The entire work process flow under the Merchant Shipping Act and all the MS notices and the rules that are there would eventually end up in this one single platform with all the 36 modules that I have talked about and 2 other modules that I will be further elaborating. I will be leading this presentation with Captain Shaukat so that he can circulate it as he feels needful, and I'll run through. These are specific technical details on what all is there in the proposed solution. Next please. This is the project schedule. I am basically putting it up front so that there is an answerability by the Director General of Shipping translates it. December 2024 is when we intend to commission this. I have been requesting most of you who have a lot of depth and wisdom to closely interact while we are developing this platform to ensure that we are able to do something that the industry essentially sees as pain points while interacting with the Directorate General of Shipping. Next please. This again is for all training infrastructures and the 166 odd maritime training institutes that we interact with. Some of you are doing yeoman service in grooming potential seafarers, and what we intend to do is make an end-to-end complete reform for the examination system. This is both for the certificate of proficiency as well as for the certificate of competency. Written orals both for nautical engineering and also for able-bodied on one single platform, that is the assessment and competency framework. Next please. It's an end-to-end solution, no human interference, no ambiguity. The present issues that are there of happening to know a particular examiner are not passing through after multiple attempts, are spending money to write your exams outside India so that you can get your COCs for further continued sea service. Those we are intending to remedy, and as you are aware, we provide for e-proctoring for the entire solution, and hopefully things go right and probably the way the solution evolves with AI. Technically speaking, we should be able to do an exam from anywhere and not coming to a particular physical location. We're working towards that, but this again will take me close to 2 years if I continue to get associated with this, because government services always has its own play. But 24 months is what we visualize to translate this. Next please. We have published the expression of interest, and we are presently on the basis of evaluating the expression of interest. You see, the first project that I spoke about, E-Samudra, that's somewhere around 50 crores of investment upfront by the government. This is around, with the 5 years of OPEX, around 80-85 crore rupees of investment for the solution. Next. I have been speaking, most of you have brought this in as a learning management system. Lucid, very simple e-modules that basically take care of your STCW, plus also reiterate messages like safety first, not just for the technical cadre, but also for the much more inexperienced first sign-on lot of the able-bodied seamen ratings, who understand that safety first is ingrained by these kind of modules, and also for the technical cadres, both in engineering and nautical, you have massively open online courses which I believe will mature into one of the best globally recognized platforms for certification as we push for reaching that 20% target of Indian seafarers globally. 20% seafarers would mean 1 in every 5 globally would be an Indian seafarer. Next please. We're looking at a revamp of the Maritime Training Institutes. Some of you are running Maritime Training Institutes. There are n number of issues in terms of approvals for your course, for your batches, and for your comprehensive inspection programs. We need to address that on a time-bound, objective manner here. Next please. So I will not go into the details about the modules, but I'll leave this for who would be interested. The architecture is all out. In another 6 odd months, this should be through. Next. Recruitment placement service license holders, again, if you visit Velapur River, you know what I'm trying to say. A lot of young freshers who do come and look for a career, there is a very good percentage of these people who get disillusioned. You take money from your parents, from your elders, do a 6-month, 8-month course, and then you're just not being able to be signed on. And then you pass through this levy of people who promise you by paying more and more money. Technology offers you a solution where we basically ensure a secure platform and the onboarding happening through here, with the in-house happening, linking it throughout for the career progression of the seafarer. Next please. This is the architecture. I just put it up front so that this to another 6 months we should be able to work it through. We are also working on a national green shipping policy where we need inputs from all of you. It may sound slightly arcane and repetitive, but this is where the future lies in terms of decarbonization in shipping industry. Next please. So as per the Honorable Prime Minister's Panchayat commitments, these are basically the components. I'll spend some time: green ships, green boats, green fuels, green technology, green finance, green collaboration, recycling, regulations and reporting. We're working on this. We need your inputs. We will be coming back for stakeholder consultations with the industry. It is a comprehensive document because similar kind of an all-encompassing green shipping policy is not cognitively available in other maritime administrations, so it would probably be a global first. And of course, the maritime single window, this has to be done by the IMO by the 1st of January, and the IMD, the Indian Ports Association, is working very hard towards this. This should streamline quite a few of the port reception, as also the prior arrival notification. and the logistics part, where if the Maritime Shipping Bill does come in the present parliamentary session, there is a dedicated section to transparency, freight rates and costs, which would again be a global first. Of course, there are executive orders to this in the US, Australia, but we are doing it by legislating. I think I've come more or less to the end, and I thank you so much for your patient hearing. Director General of Shipping is a rather dry assignment if you look at it in terms of applying technology, because you regulate. And my approach to this is the quicker, the more unambiguous, and the more transparent the interface with the Director General of Shipping is, and the less of a negative we are to the industry. The rest, I think, you as a collective, with the honours maritime tradition that India has, and the promise that so many of the eminent speakers spoke about for our great nation, I think the future is certainly bright. The youngest democracy, obviously the most stable, and now an economic powerhouse, and certainly a developed nation, truly being given the tag of Vishwaguru. Thank you so much for your time.